Always a pleasure to welcome you all. I'm David Shiri, I'm the president of XRPL Commons. Tonight is a special night for me, but also for a lot of people here. As some of you know, now we have a few rituals. Every time we start these gatherings, we start with just 1 minute, not more than that, but 1 minute to give you something special, which is new connections in your network. So we'll start with that. I want you to take that minute to ask your neighbors who they are, what they do, and why they're here. You have 1 minute. T'as pas de voisin? Trouve-toi un voisin. And that's a minute. I know once you start, it's hard to stop. So please get back with me. So tonight, we're doing something for the first time. Yeah, once you get a taste of your neighbor, you don't leave it there, I know. Tonight is a bit special because we are live broadcasting for the first time the demo day. We have a bunch of people connecting online. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the XRPL Aquarium demo day, number 8. What do we do at Commons? We have a very simple mission. We're here to create favorable conditions for the ecosystem to grow and thrive. We want to empower builders, researchers, developers, entrepreneurs, content creators to get their place in our ecosystem, find a spot that they can grow and thrive within there. And we do that in a very simple way. We connect people, we create opportunities for them, and we try to kickstart a bunch of projects. We do that in a very simple way. We do that through academic and professional learning and teaching. We do that by creating products, creating tools for developers, building infrastructure, running infrastructure for the protocol, the XRP ledger. We help projects grow from 0 to 1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000, let's say a million. And we also educate and empower large companies, corporations, public institutions, trying to get them a sense of what they can do with blockchain. I have to say this year is potentially the best year ever because with a number of things that just recently happened, the arriving of stable coins, MiCA, the Genius Act, there's a lot of weak signals that make this year a bit special when you add them up. Suddenly we have perfect conditions for a huge project to start on blockchain. So I'm bullish like I've never been before, and I'm very excited because tonight we're here to present, I'm not here to present, they are here to present projects that were incubated at the Aquarium. And what is the Aquarium, you're gonna ask? It's an incubator that we've created with the intention of building something that we didn't have when we started our companies. I'm an entrepreneur. Our team is made up of entrepreneurs, and when I started my first company 20 years ago, I didn't have all, I felt a lot was missing. First, a network of peers I could rely on, knowledge, experience, the technology stack that we could use. We put everything together, shook it up, and created the Aquarium. So Tonight, I'm not going to steal the show from you. Aurélien Burger, director of the Aquarium, who's going to walk us through this program and what our residents have been building for the last 3 months. Thank you, Aurélien. Let's get it on.
Thank you, Daniele. Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like you to picture an artistic residency. This is the city d'Edda, which is not too far from here. You can imagine a place full of people coming from different backgrounds, different countries, with different ways of seeing the world, coming in one place to work and live side by side, and inspiring each other. So you can imagine painters, architects, musicians, choreographers. And well, this is exactly the Aquarium, except that the artists are entrepreneurs, developers, product designers, and they're crafting a product, a brand, an experience, the interface, the architecture, everything from scratch. So this was the point of the starting point for the incubator. And the 3 key ingredients are people, space, and focus. Of course, people first. We're selecting startup every program. So it's been 2.5 years. You can see the picture of the last 7 cohorts. We have almost 90 people in the alumni network. So this is the first ingredient, selecting the right startup. And of course, when I say people, it's not only them, but it's the commons team and the network of people that are the network of people which is around us and that we invite for each event. For this startup, we have a selection of 9, for this cohort, we have a selection of 9 startups coming from 9 countries. So you will have the opportunity to see all of them. You can see that they came from Africa, from Europe, from North America, Latin America. Each of them came with a product. Sometimes they pivoted, sometimes they came with their co-founders, but we guided them all along this program. Second place, of course, this is the office where they're working, but there is also a co-living place, which is not too far from here. They're having a second immersive experience working together, so they are discussing all day, all night about their project, but not only their project. But this is something very unique to the Aquarium. It's not only working here, but the full experience during 10 weeks, 12 weeks here in Paris, and of course, experiencing the life in Paris. Yeah. And then the third point, the focus. What we're expecting is for them to leverage the blockchain technology to solve real-world assets, real-world problems. Sorry. So throughout the different programs that we focused on, there were the regeneration, intellectual property, the ID, DeFi. For the next cohort, we will embrace all of them. So if you want to apply, applications are open, and you can scan the QR code, and we will be very happy to interview you and see where you are in your journey. So before giving the mic to the artist, I want to express my gratitude to the team, the Commons team. It's not only Cyril and myself and David who had this idea of creating the Aquarium, but the full Commons team that are working with us and with the residents. So each of them spent some time with them, sharing their expertise about communication, marketing, strategy. So all of them spent some time with them, giving advice and sharing their best advice with the founders. So thank you very much to the Commons team, Alex, Elisa, Fanny. Tonight we unpicked 4 people for the jury. So we have Kathie from RippleWorks, Axel from D&D Partners, and Pierre-Andréa, who was already part of the jury last time from 50 Partners, and Julien, who had the pleasure to come a few weeks ago to meet the startup. Thank you very much. So you will have the chance not only to listen to the pitch, but to spend 5 minutes over there to challenge the startup and give some feedback, to challenge their business model, their strategy, and give some feedback to the founders. You will give a prize at the end. And of course, you in the public, you will have the opportunity to vote as well for one of the projects. So at the end of the evening, there will be 3 prizes. The prize from the jury, the prize from the cohort. Each member will vote for one of the team member and the prize of the jury. So 3 prizes after this 45 minutes of 2-minute pitch. So I don't want to be too long. You're expecting the pitches. So now it's their time to pitch. I want you to give them a big round of applause. They work a lot and they are amazing. So guys, enjoy your time here. 2-minute pitch, and that's your plan. Thank you. Let's start with Gerald.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Hello. Hey, Paris, let's get this show started. We're here for a party, yeah? Okay, so let's make some noise. There we go, there we go. All right. My name is Gerald Chenyi. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Mobile Wallet, and I am here to talk to you about 2 products that we developed here at the Aquarium. So, having worked in the fintech industry with big telcos like MTN, Orange, UBA, which is United Bank of Africa, what they do is they do P2P remittances, helping them to support their customer base, and also have some experience working for some big banks in the US. We realized that there are same problems adopting blockchain technology. So we realized that there are exclusions of the unbanked, meaning those that are using mobile money as well as cash to be able to buy and sell crypto. We also realize that there are some delays, there's high cost. There is not a system today that allows you to do remittances from Africa to the diaspora. There is diaspora to Africa, but there's no reliable source of Africa to the diaspora. And then of course the infrastructures are broken. One of the fun things why we're here at XRPL, integrating with their systems. So the first product I'm going to talk to you about is Mobile Wallet. We develop smart ATMs that operate 24/7 for on and off ramps for customers that want to buy, stable coins. They are instantaneous. You can go there. It's an increased security. We are available in 10 locations in Cameroon already. The second product, which I'm very excited to talk to you guys about, is Sensasa. Now, what is that? It is an application that is developed on WhatsApp, mostly accounting for the diaspora, sending back to Africa, as well as vice versa. It's user-friendly, and guess what? We have an awesome future. You guys can request money. So think about all those debts that have not been paid. You can actually request the money from the user. So a little bit of traction on Mobile Wallet. We have about 50K in monthly volumes. We are live on XRPL mainnet, and then we have national contracts with giants like MTN, Orange, and UBA Meet to You. Now, on the second product for Sensasa, we are live on XRPL mainnet. You can actually request Ripple stablecoin, which is RLUSD, as well as we're integrated for you to use the token XRP. Now, you can use other stablecoins, of course. We have that already accounted for. Like you can see, that was a transaction that was produced, requesting money and receiving it in 2 clicks. Now, yeah, Gerald, we've heard this thing over and over. So what changed? What changed is we are integrating with XRP Ledger, which is a settlement rail, like you all know. We have the backup of the big players in the field. We have now the proper infrastructure, and our solution is complete. You realize that, okay, me in the US trying to send money, I can do that through WhatsApp, but it's from end to end, and the receiver can either receive cash or mobile money. Now, our roadmap is pretty simple. We'll start first, we like to be regulated. So we start first with securing the licensing for Texas. And then we move into adding, additional payment channels for those in the diaspora to move on. And then we are launching our POS systems where merchants can actually receive payments with no POS equipments just through WhatsApp. And then eventually we're expanding into Europe, South America, and South Asia. We have an awesome team, people that are, good in developing solutions. And, what are we looking for? We're looking for 50K in a credit line to fund operations that we have sitting on the shelf for those that are doing transactions. And we're also asking for 100K for Send Salsa for product development, compliance, and growth. Thank you.
Next up, we have Daniele here with her brother from Lisbon and Allan from Paris, presenting RippleWorks.
Wait 1 minute, Hello everyone, I'm Daniele Kielmanowicz, the CEO and co-founder of Rigoda, together with Isaac, who is over there. I started working as an ESG consultant 10 years ago, and 2 years ago, I founded Rebiju, a provider of recycled gold to the jewelry industry. And when I started working with recycling of gold, I actually figured that behind these shiny precious metals hide a very ugly reality. So still today, mining is linked to environmental degradation, human rights abuses, and criminality. And guess what? Gold is recyclable infinitely. Another thing that I figured is that the gold demand for the jewelry industry is slowing down, while the demand for investment just continues to raise. Actually, gold prices has multiplied by 9 since 2000. And why is this happening? Well, in a world full of uncertainty, the only thing that remains certain is gold. So I asked myself, why are we still mining while we can choose recycled gold and avoid environmental and social impacts? So here is where Rigoda comes in. We decided to develop a gold investment solution that is responsible, traceable, and digital. We buy back old jewelry, we recycle it, and we tokenize it into the blockchain. So our investors, through our platform, they can buy and sell gold. They can track the provenance of the gold they buy, and they can also see the ESG impact that they avoided by investing on recycled gold. We accomplished quite a lot in the Aquarium cohort, and we are really proud of it. We have raised 85K. We have done our first recycling and tokenization transactions, and we've got accepted to the Ripple and FGV accelerator. And here is the amazing team behind Rigoda. We truly believe that the future of gold investment is not only about value, it's also about responsibility, traceability, and trust. And here's my call to action to you. If you want to join the adventure, please scan this QR code and become one of our first investors. Thank you very much for your attention, and special thank you to the entire team here who have been supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniele. I hope you like traveling tonight, because we're going to do a lot of this after going to Brazil, and now we're going all the way to Kenya with Allan talking about democracy and how can blockchain help this.
Hello, everyone. My name is Allan Okoth. I'm from Civic Voices, where we power participatory democracy. So Nairobi is one of the largest cities in East and Central Africa with residents of over 5 million. And like all other municipalities around Eastern Africa, they are all required to consult the public before they make major decisions. Else, these decisions are going to be overturned. So to fulfill this requirement, Nairobi allocates $2 million towards public consultation, most of which is spent on hosting in-person town halls. But the truth of the matter is, in-person town halls are very inefficient. Not only are they chaotic and expensive to host, but also exclude majority of people like me and you who are at work at the time of these events. As a result, only 10% of the population get represented in these decisions. And to address this problem, we built Civic Voices, which is a digital town hall app where governments can host online consultations, receive instant feedback from millions of people, as well as report back to the public. What makes us unique is that we've integrated decentralized identity on top of XRP, whereby we only allow eligible participants to participate on these policies. As well as protect users' privacy. So today we piloted with Nairobi City Council, where we doubled their participation rates by 2, as well as reduce their cost of hosting consultation by 7%. This helped us got our first paying customer, as well as onboard 3 more in our pilot program. And today our ask is simple. We are looking for 50K grant to launch 2 pilots, as well as partnership with municipalities globally. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Allan. Let's go back to Brazil and meet my friend Luiz, who just came back from the carnival.
Yeah. Thank you. Come back from carnival? No. I was here working.
He was complaining, he wasn't.
Yeah. I asked him to do it for me because we were very small. Okay. I'm Luiz from Brazil, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Trust Bond. A little bit more about me. I play several roles from professor at Berkeley to board member in one of the largest Brazilian banks. Then I was consultant for major NGOs and governments. And in the last 10 years, my life changed. I went into crypto and helped those companies to receive millions in investments. Now it's time to give back. Did you know that a small part of NGOs, they receive almost all the funds for donors? And that's happening for a reason. The big ones, they have structure, they have marketing, they have reports that donors trust. That's why we created Trust Bond for the smaller NGOs, the high potential that they cannot afford those kind of systems. So everything is based on WhatsApp. We build a crowdfunding platform through WhatsApp, a verification system that helps NGOs to prove their work, and AI agents that helps NGO to run market campaigns, create reports, and set goals. And a trust score, a rating system for donors and companies that helps them to discover and trust small NGOs. We are in the pilot phase in XRPL, and you just meet one of the projects, is Civic Voice, Allan. And some of them, they were invisible before us. So we are very lucky to have them. And we are asking only 160 million. Okay, now it's much lower, $160,000. And we also get were selected by UDEX Ripple, so thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you. And this is our wonderful team, and we ask you to join us and help these small and high interested NGOs. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Luiz. And now we get up to the classiest guy in town, all the way from Kenya, Mr. Kennedy.
Hello everyone, my name is Kennedy, an entrepreneur from Kenya with 17 years of experience building climate tech solutions. I'm the founder of BlockBeamer. So here's an interesting fact. Loan defaults from climate risks, things like flooding and droughts, have increased from 15% in 2020 to 40% in 2024. That is an increase of 60% over just half a decade. What does this do? It leads to lenders becoming less willing to lend to climate vulnerable segments. It leads them to reducing loans for people who need it, affecting people like Mary here, who requires that kind of credit for her business. At BlockBeamer, we are solving this problem in 3 key ways. We are enabling lenders to be able to integrate climate risk into their credit decisioning process. We're enabling them to transfer that risk using insurance, and we're enabling them to comply by reporting this risk to regulators. Our secret sauce is the use of blockchain technology to make insurance highly efficient, making payments using stablecoins as soon as the risk happens, with payments happening within 24 hours of the risk. We also leverage AI tools for the climate scoring, enabling lenders to price this into their loans. And through this, we are able to become 10 times cheaper than the competition. And this is not just theoretical. In Q4 of 2025, we did a pilot in Kenya, selling 322 policies, and we enabled the lender we were working with to reduce their climate-related defaults by up to 60%. For every single dollar we collected in premiums, we were able to unlock $67 in credit for groups that are marginalized and considered too risky to lend to. So we're now scaling this, moving from small lenders and targeting to serve mid-tier banks by 2027. Our team is made up of experts in climate technology, AI, and blockchain, and we've worked for some of the leading organizations in the world in this technology. And we're raising $2 million to scale our impact and expand into new markets, including Europe. So if you want to back the team that is building climate resilience and driving financial inclusion, I invite you to join us at our booth to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chenyi. And now all the way from just the street.
Just around the corner.
JC from Paris, France.
Merci, Serou. Oui. Thank you. Hello, I'm JC, founder of several startups, from early web, a long time ago, to blockchain, with an experience with the United Nations. At UPU, the UN Agency for the Postal Sector, I saw delegates struggling with legacy banking infra, high inflation, currency problems. And guess what? It was 10 years ago, and it doesn't change from now. The global cross-border parcel business is still running on outdated financial rails. Indeed, when you send a parcel abroad, it passes through multiple hands. You pay a stamp, operators share the value of it. They need to settle funds between countries. Settlement passed through multiple banks, triggering delays, fees, problem of liquidity, currency risk. And now, the global system itself is shaping, it's shifting, generating more fragmentation. Today, stable coins can change that. At the residency, I decided to launch a new project based on this context and my UN experience, Apostol, with a very good fit with XRP Ledger. So Apostol sits at the settlement layer, same clearing logic, netting, issue coins, execute, bam, final, in seconds. We are building atomic settlement wealth. No correspondence banks. No more trapped cash. No FX exposure. This paved the way for programmable value sharing. Post our first nodes, we have direct contact with CEOs. Energy and trade will follow. If this vision resonates, happy to discuss after the talk. Fragmented world, stable rails, programmable money. Thank you, Aquarium, for having me.
Thank you very much, Jise. And now from India, we have Joy. Interesting fact about Joy, we had her brother in the previous cohort, and she came to help her brother, and we thought she was so good that she had to come too. And now we're trying to recruit her entire family to join us. So thank you, Tikun. Thank you, Joy. Can't wait to meet your next relative.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Cyril. Hello, everyone. I'm Joy, and I'll be presenting ImpactBee. So, did you all know only 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could have solved the world hunger problem? Crazily, he was even ready to commit to this cause, but he needed the proof of impact and where will the money go? So the problem is that 94% of the sustainable reporting data is actually self-reported and unverified. The global crisis is at its peak. So I developed the solution called ImpactBee, which is funding and verification infrastructure for social causes. This is the website. So the solution works that the corporate sponsor funds the causes and the campaigns which are actually live. The NGOs fulfills the operation, and the main part is where the data reconciliation happens from the real data sources, and then the impact certificate is generated. Why now? Because you cannot skip the proof of impact right now because of the EU CSRD regulation. You have to report all the sustainable efforts that your company is doing. This is me, I'm Joy, and I have been a developer, software developer for past 7 years. And right now I'm working with one of my ecosystem advisors, which is Food Bank Mississauga, and my pilot is live on XRPL mainnet. So my ask is not 2% of wealth of Elon Musk. Rather, I'm looking for the corporate sponsors. Scan this website, join the live campaign for the community. And yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, good. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Maybe I can just get a thumbs up from the audience. Perfect. All right. Good evening. My name is Julian, and together with Iggy, we are building Mandla Money. Our thesis is that sending money should be as easy as sending a message. But let's take a step back. A reality that is often overlooked in the informal markets of Africa is that they run on small, frequent payments, paying for transport, paying for food, and so forth. And this is the reason why oftentimes they run on cash. However, the elephant in the room is that traditional payment rails are simply a misfit for micropayments. They are too expensive and too onerous. Now, imagine a world where sending money is as easy as sending a message, where you can send amounts of 50 cents, $1, or $10 via WhatsApp. This is exactly what we've done with our wallet, which is built inside WhatsApp. The phone number becomes the wallet. There's no need for a bank account and no need to download a special app. And not only do we support P2P payments, but if you're an institution or an NGO wanting to pay your workers and so forth, you can upload a list of phone numbers, click pay, and via our platform, we enable instant bulk micropayments. This is how we scale this. We are not just talking fiction. This is live on mainnet. We've done a pilot with over 500 users in over 10 different countries, and we've proven this concept. And I'm excited to announce that just last week, we've been awarded our VASP license, and we are ready to scale this across Africa. Who is behind this? It is myself and Iggy, a two-man team, a small team that has a big vision to impact Africa. Next slide, please. That is us on a mission to impact Africa. We're raising $2 million to scale our operations and onboard the next 100 million users. And we invite you to join us on this journey as we scale micropayments across the rest of Africa and emerging markets. Thank you very much. I know that this sounds too good to be true, but scan this QR code and see for yourselves. The proof is in the pudding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julian. He's very sorry he couldn't make it, but glad that he was able to pitch after all. We have one last pitch, so I'd like to give it a huge applause for Kevin here that's going to end up. Before hearing Kevin pitch, I would like to let you know how it works afterwards. We don't want to bore you with 10 minutes of slides, but of course you have tons of questions. You want to see how the products work. Afterwards, there are booths right here. The goal is for you to go see all the projects that you're interested in, to ask them more questions, show them how does it work, how do you plan to make money, who are your users. You can ask them straight questions, it's absolutely fine. They will be sitting here for you, waiting to connect with you the entire evening, so connect with them over there. Julian, that you just heard, we are setting up a computer so you can chat with him even if he's not there. So if you're interested in what he's doing, you can still connect with him without a problem. And we'll have about an hour to do this. Go grab a drink, go connect with our founders. Our esteemed jury will come with us in the room where we'll have all the residents pitch, not pitch again, but demo what they built, so that we can decide on the jury prize. I talked too much. Now give another applause to Kevin and to the other residents who worked hard for Kevin, let's light this house on fire.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin, and my co-founder and I, we've been building in crypto since 2020. From DeFi summer to the metaverse, we have seen it all. And we built DeFi, a gamified sport app, but recently something caught our attention. The rebirth of DeFi, powered by regulation, stablecoin infrastructure, and real-world assets. The problem is that like 99% of the population, you probably like this guy. It's not your fault though, we just made it overly complicated. Over the last 2 years, we built the protocols, the dashboards, and the tools we needed. But something has been missing, the discovery layer. So we built Map Invest that lets you explore the map around you, find digital vaults where you can deposit funds on the XRPL ledger. We auto-swap those funds into stable yield-bearing protocols that generate up to 6% APY for you. It's investment in one click and it's contextualized. But there is a catch though. There is vaults that leak. Every 24 hours they blow up and USDC coin get drops on the streets that you can go and collect before anybody else does before you to improve your personal ROI. It's gamified finance. It's better than the block, it's higher APY, it's funnier, and it's actually self-custodial for those who care. Why those guys build a map? That's a fair question to ask. Well, we believe that maps are the ultimate discovery layer. And if we use maps to discover hotels, restaurants, and places to visit, why not finance? Let's put the real world assets on chain. That's a bet on Map Invest. Since the beginning of this cohort, we generated an average performance of 10.8% APY. 6% goes back to you using the vaults on the map. 3% is our profit, and 1% we give back to fund global charities. Our vision goes way beyond digital votes. Real-world assets have a 300 billion representation right now. Over the last 12 months, it's just 5x. And this is only the beginning. We are creating the map of capital, where anyone can walk around, invest, trade, lend, borrow internet money. So you can now scan the QR code to download the app, start scratching the map, revealing digital votes, and invest in one click. Thank you for your attention. Come to see me at the booth to talk about it.
All right. For those who followed us online, this is the end of this section.